Hail Satan, hail Lucifer, hail Lord Belial. Want to see my little earring in? My little pentagram earring I got two little pentagram earrings now. Hail Satan. Ave Satanis, Ave Lucifera, Ave Lord Belial, Ave Lord Leviathan, Ave King Lucifer, Ave Father Satan, Ave Lord Beelzebub, Ave King Pazuzu, Ave King Asmodeus, Ave Beautiful Queen Lilith, the true mother of all demons, and the true queen of the night. Ave Lord Vereen, the great healing demon. And in my honest opinion, all demons are healing demons. And Father Satan is definitely a big healer. But Lord Vereen is known for healing, or his healing. And Ave King Asmodeus, the great king, my great patron demon. And yes, I say that very often in my videos, and I mean it every time I say it. And Ave Lord Leviathan, to the west, the element of water. Ave Lord Belial, he who walks between the worlds, to the north, the element of the earth. Ave Great King Lucifer, the element of the air, to the east. And Ave Father Satan, the element of fire, to the south. But in demonolatry, Lord Florius is the element of fire to the south. So it's kind of a balancing factor there, but Father Satan is the ruler above all. The ruler of everything. The maker of everything. Always has been, always will be. He was back in the 17th, 16th century, 17th century when they were slaughtering and murdering, because that's exactly what they did to the ancient people. To our ancients, our true ancient people. Yes, the demonic. Every demon is ancient. And yes, every demon and every demoness are ancient gods, but I'm talking about ancient people. I'm talking about our ancients who are... I hate that reflection, man. That's from where I dropped my phone and I busted it. Cracked the screen right up here in the corner, right on the right hand side of my phone, right to pieces. But anyway, that being said, the ancient gods, and not the ancient gods, they're great. I love every one of them anyway. But the ancient people who died for us, who died for their beliefs. I'm not even going to say the word died, because they didn't just grow old and die. Okay? They were slaughtered. They were murdered. And they were murdered for what they believe. And people think nowadays, a lot of people do, not everybody, especially if you've been on the path for a while, it doesn't bother you so much because you kind of get used to it. If you've been a traditional true Satanist, 666% Satanist for a while, or for years, a long time, it doesn't really bother you so much. But that being said, if you've been a Satanist for, I don't know, 6 months, maybe 9 months, maybe a year, maybe even a couple of years, and somebody says something to you about it, or somebody says they don't like your belief system, or don't like your religion, or whatever you want to call it. Me personally, I call traditional Satanism, spiritual Satanism, Thestic Satanism, demonolatry, necromancy, I call them all belief systems. I don't call them religions. I know there are a lot of people that do, but I'm not one of them. I don't know why. I just consider them belief systems instead of saying religions, because fucking saying religions seems too organized, man. Saying religion seems way too organized. And all the organized religions, all they ever caused was chaos and havoc and murder and mayhem and everything that the right hand path and the religions of the right hand and the so-called Zion religions, they all talk about how much chaos, havoc, you know, mayhem, trouble, problems, everything you can think of. They blame it all on Father Satan and the demonic. All the right-hand paths. Everything that ever went wrong in the world. Okay? They blame it on the right-hand path stuff. Alright? Okay. And I'm going to say something, and I'm not racist, okay, number one. I'm far from racist. I love everybody. Well, no, not really, but I, you know, tolerate. But I'm far from racist. And that being said, okay, how many people have been killed, murdered, for their belief system on the left-hand path? Like how many black witches? Okay, how many satanic witches? Back in the day, they were just known as, you know, practicing witchcraft or being witches, right? Now they got all different kinds of names on them. On people like me back in the day, and my true 666% brothers and sisters who are true to their belief system on the left-hand path, who are true to true Satanism, necromancy, demonolatry, you know, be it traditional Satanists, spiritual Satanists, theistic Satanists, anti-cosmic Satanists, be it either one of them, okay? That was all known back in the day as pretty much witchcraft, or as they say it, as they used to say, I think it was considing with the devil or something like that. I think it was conspiring with the devil or something like that. They used to call it. They used to have the right-hand path religious fanatics came up with some bullshit, right? Something like that. And then, of course, they used to say people that had moles, people that had certain moles on their body, or people who had birthmarks on their body, people who had, you know, like some birth defects or something like that, or people that hurt themselves, like say chop the finger off, or cut a finger off by accident, or, you know, something like that, or, you know. They used to say that they were fucking... They used to say they were witches and they'd kill them automatically. But I am after doing a lot of history study on this, a lot. Like in all honesty, I do know a lot about past religions or whatever, belief systems or whatever the hell you want to call them. And that was one of my majors in school. Even in college, when I went to college or university. Theology was one of my majors. Theology, history, geography, religion. You know, I majors and I done really good in all that shit, all that stuff. But religion was my main. I always loved religion. But I can remember one time, okay, when I was 13 years old. I turned my birthday's in January 27th. I was 13 years old. My older brother, well, actually my oldest brother that was alive at the time, Brother Bill. His name is William, but everyone used to call him Bill. I was really close to him. Like really, really close. I was like 10 years younger, but I was still really close. I was like 9 years younger. I was 11 years younger. But I was still really close to him. Like, he's the first one that took me certain spots fishing. He's the first one that took me, you know, certain spots hunting. You know, stuff like that. Hunting caribou, hunting moose. Things like that, right? Rabbit catching, stuff like that. Now, people in the city that grew up in the cities and stuff like that probably don't know that much about rabbit catching and that. But anyway, I'm not going to talk much on it. But the night he died, he was killed in a car accident. Okay? He was killed in a car accident. The night he died, I was the last person to see him alive. Besides the other two people that were in the vehicle with him. And one of them was my first cousin. Another one, well, you know, he was a driver, the other guy. And they were all drinking all day. And he left. He was having problems with his girlfriend. So he sang out. I was over by the post office. He was over by the store. He sang out to me, yelled out to me, to go over and see him for a second. So I went over and he said to me, he said, tell Mom, he said, that if I'm not home by 1:30, 1 o'clock or 1:30, that I won't be home tonight. I'll be staying down to Caroline's, who was his girlfriend at the time. And she just had a baby boy for him. And Bill and Carolyn named their baby boy Damien. How convenient. And anyway, they ended up leaving, and this was 9:30. Okay, they drove 5 minutes. That's it. That's all they drove. 5 minutes out over the main highway, out of town. And when they drove the 5 minutes, it was dark, obviously, because it was in October and it was 9:30 in the night. They drove 5 minutes and then they went out in the woods into a pile of rock, into a big bunch of rocks. And the guy that was driving the car was registered, or not registered, the car was marked when they pulled it in, and like when the cops got there and all that bullshit. They pulled it in and the speedometer was marked on 90 miles an hour. So they were doing 90 miles an hour when they went around a turn and didn't make the turn. They went out in the woods instead, and in on top of a bunch of boulders. But that being said, that happened 25 to 10, exactly. I was walking home by myself. I was 13. I remember it like it was yesterday. I was walking home by myself. Actually, I can remember it like it was 10 minutes ago. And I'll never forget it. I was walking home by myself. I hear, and I was walking through a dark spot that goes home, because it was like 15-minute walk from where else to, 15-20 minutes. So I was almost home. I was in the darkest spot of the road, like between street lights, and it was crossing a little tiny, like the road was crossing a little small bog, right? Or a marsh, little small marsh. And the car, and not that car, no. And as I just stopped for no reason, I just stopped, and I looked at my watch, and it was exactly 9:35, which means 25, 9:35, 25 to 10. Now, and I had the biggest chill that I ever had in my life up to that time. And a really, really cold, there wasn't a breeze of wind, it was really warm out, and there wasn't no wind at all, not a draft. And I ended up with goosebumps on my arms, and the hair standing on, every hair on my arms, and I'm sure on my back. I could feel it in my spine, and my back, and back of my neck and that. And I could feel it in my arms. I'm sure my whole body was the same thing. I was one big chill. And it felt like a really strong, a really powerful, strong, freezing wind went directly through me and stopped. Like it went in me and stopped and then left. Now, I just went home because I knew something happened. Like nobody told me, no one, I knew something happened. I went home and I told my mother. I didn't tell her what Bill asked me to tell her. I told her that Bill, I told her that I said, Bill's not coming home no more. Now, nobody knew anything about the car accident. Not at that point. And at about 20 to 11, about an hour later, hour and a half later, my brother that's next to me, he's like 8 years older than I am. He told me, he came in the house and told Mom that Bill was in a car accident and died. And the coroner and they all said that he died on impact. He was in the back seat and he ended up coming out through the front and going through the front windshield. And I knew then and there Like, I wasn't into Satanism deep or anything then, but I knew then and there that was a sign from Father Satan telling me that, letting me know beforehand that, don't worry, I'm in control. I'm with you. You're my child. You're marked. And you're going to forever be marked. And that being said, that still sucks when I really think about it, to be honest with you. But anyway, that's not what I was going to do the video about. But to get back to people that die for their, to get back to people that have been murdered, our ancients who have suffered and died horrible deaths, like deaths we could never even dream of, and in certain countries still do to this day, if they told someone their belief system. Hold on a sec, guys. Now, that's what I was going to do the video about, was about how awful a death that our ancients had suffered. Like, they were drowned alive, burnt, tied onto a stick and burned like they were an animal being gutted and being done. You know, they were tortured. Like they were literally tortured. They were drowned alive. Oh man, put on torture racks. Everything you can think of, man, was done to our ancients. But you know what? Through all the hardships, through all their hardships and all the things they went through, our ancients went through, they still did not give up. They still believed what they believed. They still believed in Father Satan. They still worshiped Father Satan, even though they knew they were going to fucking die. They knew their time was up. The game was up. They knew they were going. They knew they were going to die a very bad death, but they still would not deny Father Satan's existence. They would never deny Father Satan's existence. They'd die first because they knew Father Satan would have a great throne for them in the afterlife. And you know what? That's what true Satanism, true sinister Satanism is. You don't care what people think. People are going to think shit anyway. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter who you are, what fucking religion you are, or what belief system you have on the left-hand path, or in the occult. It doesn't make no fucking difference. Either way, they're going to think shit of you and talk about you. It doesn't matter. Don't make no difference. That's why I tell people, be honest with your beliefs, man. Fucking stand up. Don't be ashamed of what you believe. Because it doesn't make no difference. Either way you look at it, people are still going to give you a hard time if they see. They're not going to burn you at the stake. Not nowadays. But I'm sure there's a lot of people that wish they would. And believe you me, I'm after going through a lot of hard times. I'm not looking for pity. Not one bit. Because I know Father Satan, King Asmodeus, beautiful Queen Lilith, King Asmodee, Lord Pazuzu, King Azazel, Lord Beelzebub, Lord Leviathan, Lord Belial. I know every demon and every demoness, and great Father Satan and beautiful Queen Lilith are in my corner. And that's all I give a fuck about. All I care about is pleasing Father. Well, I care about a few other things, but my main goals in life right now is getting as close to, and it has been forever, is getting as close as I possibly humanly can to Father Satan. Because without Father Satan, I wouldn't even exist. In my honest opinion, without Father Satan, and without truly believing in Father Satan, and the demonic and everything that goes with it, I honestly do not know if I don't even think I'd be alive anymore. I know I wouldn't be, actually. And I'm sure I got true brothers and sisters that think the exact same way. But I know one thing. I will always be like it. And I don't give a fuck who likes it or who don't like it. You know, I was married before. My wife was going to leave me because of it. So instead of her leaving me, I left her. Because I knew she was going to split. So I left her first. I didn't give her the chance to leave. I said, fuck yeah, I'm done. And it was over my belief system. 99.9% of it was over my belief system and what I believed. But you know what? I really don't care. Because Father Satan was there for me when I needed him. And I mean, he was really there for me. I'm not joking. Like, he was there for me, like, when I truly needed Lord Satan and the demonic, they were there for me. No question about it. No one can ever argue that point with me, because I know Father Satan was there with me. And Father Satan always will be with me, no matter what. That I know for sure. I just got to go around the front now and check the mail. I know if my Father God, my true Father, Lord Satan, my true Father God, Lord Satan, and my true Dark Lord, who is Lord Satan, my Master, who is Lord Satan, my Father, who is Lord Satan, I know he'll always be with me, no matter what. He always has been, and he always will be. That I know for sure. So, women, girlfriends, wives, whatever, they can come and go. And does it hurt? You're fucking right, it hurts. When you break up, you're fucking right, it hurts a lot. I'm not going to lie and say it don't. If you really love the person, or if you spend a lot of time with the person, it's going to hurt a lot. But you got to remember something. Father Satan, beautiful Queen Lilith, Lord Pazuzu, King Pazuzu, sorry, King Asmodeus, they'll always be there for you. No matter what, the demonic will never leave your side. If you're 100% true to them, if you're 100% true to the demonic, true to Father Satan, true to King Lucifer, true to Lord Belial, true to all the demonic, and especially true to Father Satan, and all the demonic, they'll never leave your side. As long as you're doing what you're supposed to do, which is pure devotion, put your whole trust in Father Satan and the demonic, love Father Satan and the demonic, and doing rituals, true rituals, not bullshit, true rituals to the demonic. As long as you're doing those things, and as long as you're growing every day and helping to get people to come into Father Satan's kingdom, you'll be fine. But you have to put your trust in Father Satan and the demonic. If you don't, you're just wasting your time, and Father Satan ain't gonna pour any of his unholy blessings on you. Ave Satanas. I'll talk to you next.